So I would say the really only major point that I learned from reading the article is that there's a ton of bad science out there, or there can be a ton of bad science, and also there could be maybe not the best journalism. And bad science mixed with bad journalism can lead to deceptive statistics. And it seems to me, including myself, that people nowadays maybe don't read or look into things as much as we should. We just kind of take them for granted. And I learned that it's important to not only read these statistics, but to look into them more to see whether they are good or not. To briefly summarize the article, it was much like the video and what I just talked about before. It's showing how bad statistics, bad studies, and bad reporting can lead to information that's just wrong and not accurate. And one example she gave how CNN did an article saying that if you eat hot dogs, your chances of getting cancer goes up by 21%. And looking into it and seeing the way it was done, we first saw that the company who did it, or the group who did it, were vegan. So already we see that there's kind of something wrong with it because they wouldn't want people to eat hot dogs. But more than that, we see that even bad journaling on the part of CNN or bad reporting on the part of CNN ends up leading to a statistic that's not good. And if people believe it and just take it as it is, they maybe would stop eating hot dogs, but maybe for the wrong reason, I guess you could say. And so I found it valuable and useful because nowadays we see so many statistics being thrown around, and whether all of them are true or not, it's really important to see who's doing it, and it's really important to see how the study was done to see if the statistic is actually good. So that's kind of what I took away from it, and using all that to apply it to my life in college and just in general, I think the best way to go about it is one, to see the group that's doing the research, and then number two, whether the research was good. And I'm actually taking a statistics class right now, so I think that will help me a bit in also deciding whether things were good or not. But in any case, I think it's important to see who's doing it. For example, I'm sure it would never happen, but if like let's say the NFL did an article saying that basketball was bad, bad for your health or something. Let's say that's true, but because it was done by the NFL, we see that they're probably a group that wants people to do football more. So we kind of see that something is wrong. And then with science, it can be a little more tricky, but maybe the more we know and understand, if we see that the science or the experiment was not conducted in the best possible way, we kind of see that the statistic itself, even though some of it might be true, it can be taken and it can be kind of switched around to influence people. And if we're not careful to read or see if something's true or not, we'll just be influenced. And, that's no good because then it not only influences the way we think, but the way we vote, the way we want to decide how the future is going to go. And I think if we are more well-read, if we look into it more, then we will be able to read these statistics and see whether they are accurate or not and what we can learn or choose not to take from them.